In this video, we'll look at accounting for project risk. Here we see a column for risks. These values are entered in somewhat arbitrarily. If you don't see this column, you can say View, Risks, and the risk column will show up. And what we can do is we can create or access previously created associated risk model. So right now, while we're in position in that column, we can say, let's create an associated risk model. And I'll call it ABU Project Risks. And we have a model that's created for us that has no objectives, but it does have the alternatives that were in our comparing model and our expert choice desktop model. Now we can put in different types of risk factors. I'm going to just put in two simple ones as an illustration. I'll just talk about internal risk and external risk. So I'll put edit, insert child of the current node. We'll call it internal, and then external. And let's assume that we do a pairwise comparison. And of course, typically we'd have many different types of risks. I'm on the wrong node. I have to be on here before I do that. And let's suppose we say that the internal risk is considerably more important than the external risk. Okay. And again, I'm not teaching you trying to teach how to use Expert Choice Desktop just to illustrate the concept. In fact, I don't really want you to take time to do this for your projects at all. And then if we go to the data grid, and this is something comparable to what we did in Comparion, we can put a formula type in a ratings formula. And we'll say significant to none. And we'll do the same thing over here. And then we would evaluate the risks of each of these projects, the internal risk and external risk. So I'm just going to sort of randomly just pick out some values here, just for illustrative purposes. Now you have to be careful as to whether you're talking about the risk of failure or the probability of succeeding. And really we're interested in the probability of succeeding, but we can treat it either way, as you'll see in a minute. So I'm now going to just close this model, file exit. We're back to our main model, and now we can say import the risks from the associated model, the ones we just created. And so these are the risks. And then we go into the resource aligner. Okay, before we said let's ignore the risks. So if the benefit is 0.694 for the first one, and we say with risks it's 0.469. Why is that? Because we multiply by the likelihood of it succeeding. If you want a little bit more control over that, there's a button here, and we have the benefits, the risks, probability of success, or the expected benefit. So we can import the risks either as success, probability of succeeding, or failing, depending upon how we evaluated them. So in this case, for benefit 0.694, the expected benefit 0.47, we're saying the probability of success is 0.67. So this times that, again, ratio scale numbers will give us a 0.47. And that 0.47, this is rounded off, is what we're trying to optimize. So now the optimization is based upon expected anticipated benefits rather than the benefits themselves. And this is one of the three ways of incorporating risk into a portfolio of projects or activities or capital investments. The first way we mentioned was in the hierarchy of objectives themselves, and the next way will be by providing diversification, what we'll call balance and coverage, and we'll show that in the next video.